I'm genuinely confused. I'm making the Gabbie Hanna video you guys asked me for on Twitter, but it's taking a long time because the call is 3 hours long, so in the meantime we're gonna talk about Gabbie Hanna's latest video called Sorry I'm Late. Gabbie Hanna's latest video concerns me based on her eye movement, but at the same time it makes me angry because she promoted her new album at the end of her video and sings one of her songs during the video as well, which makes me think we've been played. Gabbie is always in drama before she releases a new song or a new book. They say that bad publicity is still publicity, but back to Gabbie's eye movement and demeanor, they don't look healthy at all. She looks broken, and I'm not saying that to make fun of her. I'm saying that because I don't think she's in a good mental space during this video. Why don't we dive into the video and I show you what I mean? The video starts off with some text that says July 14th, 2021. I don't get the significance of that date, let's move on. That text then fades and more text that says somewhere between hypomaniac and self-delete appears. When I first read those words, I was shook. I linked it to the way Gabbie's been having meltdowns and even how she talked about her unstableness in her phone call with Jesse Smiles. Continuing the video, cut to Gabbie in her bathtub singing, "Sorry I'm late, no concept of time, no need to wait up, I don't know when I'll be fine again." What is she late to? I don't know, but I can tell you for sure that no one knows when she'll be fine. This drama of Gabbie Hanna and Jesse Smiles has gone on for too long. Everyone forgets what happened in 2 weeks, but it keeps getting revived by mostly Gabbie. I think it's been taking a toll on Gabbie's mental health. Even if Gabbie does rehash drama for publicity, it doesn't mean that it doesn't come at the cost of her mental health. Gabbie Hanna keeps singing and then she makes this creepy knee patting noise. Whose knees sound that loud when they pat them? Maybe I'm just closed-minded. Gabbie Hanna sings that she's been thinking about all the things she's been doing wrong. False advertisement in my opinion. She sings some more and then says F it with this gesture. It freaked me out when I first watched the video because it looked like she was pointing 2 finger weapons at her head, but now I realize that it's just 2 middle fingers, so maybe I overreacted the first time. Gabbie Hanna sings she's done so much stuff that it's embarrassing, but it's okay because no one will remember it. Which is so true. No one would remember it if you just stopped talking about it. Or would they? Everyone has forgotten all the awful things Trisha Paytas has done in as little as a month, so why can't they forget the awful things Gabbie has done? All Gabbie has to do for all of this to happen is for her to stop acting like she's above everybody else. Then Gabbie Hanna does a little shot for Dan Schneider. Then she makes crazy eyes. People usually look funny when they look at their nose, but this doesn't look funny to me. This looks concerning. I'm not a professional, I'm just saying what I thought the first time I watched this video. Then more weird movements happen as Gabbie repeats some stanzas and the song ends in the biggest slap in the face. Gabbie promoting her YouTube channel, her music, her OnlyFans, etc. And then the video plays a song of hers that will be available in her new album. Wow guys, what was that? I don't know, I'm very confused. I don't even know how this video was received because the like to dislike ratio is off and so are the comments. But do you know what we do have? The good old video description. I felt my mental health being compromised, so I took a step back to be a person, to touch some grass, pet my cats, see my friends, write some music, paint mostly. I knew coming into this that it would be difficult, but I wasn't able to handle it the way I thought I was. This series is and has always been about healing, so if it gets to a place where it's no longer serving that purpose, I'm not going to push myself in that direction that's hurting more than it's helping. This series is not about drama, it's about my life and processing trauma. Unfortunately, a lot of that does involve people who consistently wrap me up in drama online. Trust me, I hate it too. Other people wrap you up in drama? Girl. If the series she is referring to is the one where she brings up rice gum and escape the night, she's right. I did not sit down and watch it. I'm assuming that it does have to do with drama because of Joey Graceffa's video, but I will concede that I haven't watched it because it's freaking long like everything else. This series is simply a documentation of a life not many people experience or see. It was also meant to be a commentary on the constant targeted harassment and exploitation of women in the media. It's meant to serve as a tool in shedding light on the very trivialized and misunderstood mental disability, ADHD. Now I have to watch the series because last year Gabbie Hanna's mentality was to blame her ADHD. Maybe that mentality has changed. In starting this series, I was also just starting treatment. As I was editing, I was able to look back at the situations I was describing and recognize how my lack of understanding and treatment exacerbated otherwise trivial situations. I began medicating shortly shortly after I finished filming, and it changed my life. I spent so much of my life feeling like an alien on Earth, not understanding why I thought so differently than other people, wondering why things that felt earth-shattering to me felt insignificant to the rest of the world. Okay, I'm skipping the rest of this paragraph. This is a topic that is very dear and important to me. Men and women experience ADHD differently. The age at which you recognize and get treatment makes you experience ADHD differently. The type of ADHD, inattentive, hyperactive, combined type, makes you experience ADHD differently. Comorbidities and past trauma make you experience ADHD differently. The way you were raised makes you experience ADHD differently. The level of severity makes you experience ADHD differently. To say someone's disability doesn't affect them in a certain way because it doesn't affect you a certain way is incredibly ableist. Thanks for the straw man. Very realistic. No one said that your ADHD couldn't affect you in a certain way. People, including me, were telling you to stop using it as an excuse. A lot of people with opinions on my series haven't even watched it. They watch videos talking about me without asking the time to listen to me. It sucks, but it's life. This series is my art. It's meant to be consumed in its entirety, not in bits and pieces. I created it so I could stop obsessing, and for all intents and purposes, it worked. I feel myself healing and moving on. I wanted to tell my side and never speak of it again, and I failed at the beginning by engaging online. Surprise! I'm impulsive and defensive. I'm also a human. I found myself wanting to explain myself again and wanting to combat every new lie. Then I took a step back into the real world where I'm pretty happy and a chill person. Online, I'm a version of me that I really can't stand. From here on out, I'm offline entirely. I really hope you enjoy the rest of the series. I put a lot of time and energy into it. It helped me find myself as a person and an artist, and pushed me to places that I was too scared to go creatively. I'm very excited to share that with you. Smiley face. Bunch of links that make me distrust. Now I feel bad. I should watch Gabbie Hanna's series, but I'm afraid if it's a waste of time. What if I sit through those videos just listening to what I already knew? Just like the 3-hour phone call that sounds about what I expected it to sound like, judging from the first hour. But I will listen to the full 3 hours just to be sure. Oh yeah, Gabbie said that she'd be offline entirely. Does that mean she's quitting the internet? I don't know, but I'm glad she's logging off for a while. Bye.